Hello guys, today there's a huge update from YieldMax ETFs. And this update of course come from it's regarding the stock or ETF called TSLY. And this is YieldMax Tesla Option Income Strategy ETF. So before we go to that news and update, I just wanted to actually give you the today performance and update for this particular ETF. So you can see it was all the way down to $8. At the lowest it was at 880, which it has gone all the way down. A 52-week range has gone from $18 all the way to 846. So but today has performed pretty well, almost over 4%. But when it comes to Tesla stock itself, Tesla today was up 6%. But as you know, all these ETFs usually they don't perform as they always cap whenever there is a movement of the underlying stock, which in this case is a Tesla itself. So I just want to give you an update on the performance of today, which is pretty good. So now let's just go right to the announcement of this. So you have to stick around, especially if you are an investor who owns this or you're an investor who is thinking to buy TSLY. So the announcement came about 2 days ago, but it was actually mainly received yesterday. So, and the announcement is about YieldMax announces a 1-for-2 reverse split of Tesla. So if you're an investor of this particular, you have to stick around to know exactly what's effect and impact you're going to have in your portfolio. So we look here. Right now, we can see the action is going to be Tesla 1-for-2, and this is these are the official numbers, because they have to have official number apply. These numbers, they don't really matter too much to you, but what we care is about 1 to 2. So what is reverse split? For people who don't know, because we know there are a lot of reverse split when it comes to stock market, like stocks. You've heard of Tesla itself has split few times, but we don't hear this as often in ETF, but it does happen. And this happened just recently, especially for Tesla stock. So reverse split of an ETF is a type of a corporate action that reduces the number of outstanding shares of an ETF while proportionally increase the ETF net asset value. That's the first thing you need to know. What is the timing and effective date of TSLY reverse split? This is very important. The date is going to be on February 26, 2024. So on the day that the following, TSLY will begin trading at its post-split price on such date. So on that date, the effect of that split will take effect. Right now is at 9, as we've seen, so we don't know exactly at that date how much the stock will be. So it's just going to be on that date when it's supposed to take effect. They're going to split from that price the previous day. So on the 25th or the day prior to that trading day, that's the price is going to split from. Will Tesla reverse split affect the value of Tesla shareholders' investment portfolio? The answer is no. A Tesla reverse split will not alter right or value of shareholders' investment portfolio. The table below illustrates, among other things, how hypothetical dividend and after 1 to 2 reverse split will affect your portfolio. So for example, here, this is an example. So let's say before split, you own 200 shares of TSLY, and net asset value at that time was $10, right? And investment value was $2,000, and you're receiving 10 cents per share per month, and your total dividend per month was $20, and the dividend at that time was $12. And they say here hypothetical because of course the yield always change, so we don't know exactly how much is going to be at that time when they split, but we know your value is $2,000, right? So now after they reverse split $200 1-for-2, you're going to get 100 shares instead of 200. So next day on the 26th, if you go on your brokerage, you're going to see 100 shares, but your net asset value has increased, so now it's going to be $20 per share. So now your investment value is still $2,000. It didn't change anything. Yes, you get less shares, but because your net asset value has increased, now you have $2,000 still the same. Now, instead of $10 per share, 10 cents per share in dividends, now you're going to get 20, and your monthly dividends is going to be 20. And of course, your yield stays the same at 12%. So there's nothing changed if you're owning this particular, ETF. The only thing changes, of course, the yield will change based on what they are going to declare. And if you watch this channel, Tesla share always changes the yield, depends on how much they make from the call. So other things that we need to know: will a Tesla reverse split impact a Tesla performance? The performance of Tesla is based on its portfolio holdings, right? Reverse split of Tesla has no impact on its performance or its its portfolio or its performance. So there's nothing changes on that, because it's basically it just follow Tesla, and whatever Tesla, as I've shown you in the video today, we've seen here Tesla went up 6% and this one went up about 4%. So whatever performance of Tesla, that will impact this ETF, but has nothing to do with the split. What are the fractional shares? So for people who own, because some companies, like for example Robinhood, allows you to have fractional shares, and in that example you can have a fractional share in stocks like Tesla itself, Nvidia, or any other stocks. But in this case also you can have fractional share in ETF like a Tesla. So for people who own Tesla in fractionally, there's going to be a little complex, but in order for YieldMax to make it easier, what they're going to do, for example, here they say, you own 101 shares of ETF worth $10 each, which is subject to 1-for-2 reverse split. In that case, your share now is going to be 50 shares, right, which worth $20 each, right? And then you have one share extra. That one share is going to be converted to 0.5. Now, in this example, actually what YieldMax is going to do is going to give you 50 share, and your one share is going to be 0.5. They are not going to give you fractional share. What they're going to do, they're going to sell that fractional share and they give you in cash. So in this case, they're going to give you $10. But this is an example because we don't know how much exactly the price of Tesla is going to be. So you're going to have to, do math or look at your brokerage, how much they're going to give you. The cash payout on redeemed fractional share, if any, may cause some shareholders to realize gain or loss, which could be a taxable event for those shareholders. Otherwise, the reverse split will not result in a taxable transaction for shareholders. So for people who own the regular shares, there's no problem. For people who own a fractional share, when YieldMax is going to try to convert to those shares, and whatever left over, because they're not going to give you fractional share, they're going to sell those little fractional and they're going to give you as a cash. How many fractional Tesla shareholders expect to receive from this reverse split? So here they give you an example here. For example, if you own 41, this is a before split. I mean, I don't want to read all this, but if you own 41.26 shares of Tesla in of course fractionally, they're going to convert those to 20 shares because it's 2-to-1 or 1-to-2. So now you're getting 20, and then left over is going to be 0.63. This 0.63, instead of giving you as a fractionally, what they're going to give, they're going to sell that to the market, and they're going to give you cash on that one. So whatever cash is going to be at that time. But if you own 50, of course, you're going to get 25 and there's no leftover. But let's say, for example, you own 88.33, they're going to give you only 44 shares, and leftover 0.165, they're going to convert that into cash. At that price, the Tesla is going to be traded, and they're going to give you in cash. So that's all. I just want to give you an update on this one, but you have to know here they actually have a little bit of other couple question. Is the shareholder approval required for Tesla reverse split? No. Will reverse split result in a ticker change for Tesla? No. And here they have announced something very important. An investment in Tesla does not represent investment in Tesla. So when you invest in Tesla as an ETF, you are not directly investing in Tesla, as you might know, because this is just a synthetic cover call ETF. So if you want to watch more my video, I cover a lot about TSLY and how it trades. So that's all for today. Just want to make sure you get this update on TSLY Reverse Split and what effect it's going to have in your portfolio. If it's your first time, just make sure you subscribe, and if you like this content, just make sure you give me a like. So till we meet again next video. Bye bye.